I work for the Trump campaign, not the Harris campaign. But if I did work for the Harris campaign, I would be exceptionally nervous right now. Over the last week, I have been inundated with messages from individuals who support President Trump asking the question, can Trump beat Harris? In fact, many conservatives and Trump supporters across this country are in a complete panic. Largely, the reason why is because everywhere you turn, you are seeing Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is all over mainstream media. She has inundated social media, and of course, every single conversation that is had around politics or social issues, Kamala Harris has been placed front and center. Now, in my job, I am a numbers person, and I strictly look at numbers, such as polling numbers, as well as engagement numbers when it comes to social media. Before we get to that, let's talk about why Kamala Harris is in your face every single day. You cannot get away from her. It's important to make note that social media, mainstream media, Hollywood elites, they are trying to sell you on something that they are begging you to buy. Now, we can argue that making a push such as they have over the last week to sell you on something is suspicious in and of itself, because they know that without them pushing her, she has absolutely no chance whatsoever. Now let's talk just some numbers here that do not lie. Harris's target voter are the Gen Z voters and the millennials. Where we stand today, TikTok consists of roughly an estimated 60% of users are Gen Z, with an additional 20% estimated to be millennials, and of that total group, 53.4% to be females. Basically, TikTok is Kamala Harris's entire voter base. Now let's look at the numbers. Obviously, President Trump has way more followers than Kamala Harris does, and that could be contributed to a number of factors, arguably the fact that he has been on TikTok just a few months longer than Kamala Harris has. President Trump gained 9.2 million likes on his video of him announcing his presence on TikTok. And Kamala Harris running in at 3.6 million likes on her announcement video. Despite all of mainstream media, every single major elite Hollywood celebrity, and social media going wild over her, she didn't even come half to where President Trump came. Overall, President Trump has an engagement of 23.8 million likes on his content, while Kamala Harris is still setting below 7.2 million likes. Now we turn to polling. So the Wall Street Journal yesterday tried their antics of pretending that Kamala Harris has wiped out President Trump's lead in the polls. However, if you would have read beyond the headline, you would have seen where the headline contradicts the story as well as the results of the poll. President Trump still leads by an estimated 2 to 3 points over Kamala Harris. And nobody would ever believe that, because over the last week, everything we have seen has been Kamala Harris. You look at her post, you look at her engagement, you look at her media events, you look at her being invited and showcased at all of these celebrity events, yet she still cannot even reach the polling numbers that President Trump has had. It's absolutely hideous and laughable at the fact that her campaign continues to push the narrative that it's all hope is gone. President Trump will never be the president of the United States again. Kamala Harris is front and center. It's going to be a landslide win. Now, I know Democrats don't like to talk about numbers because when they do, it makes them look very bad. But when you do look at the numbers, it is very clear that President Trump still carries a tremendous lead over Harris when it comes to general polling, as well as when it comes to social media, Gen Z, and millennials. And so to all of President Trump supporters out there, please note, just because Kamala Harris is being shoved in your face and down your throat, not literally, every single day, President Trump still carries a tremendous lead over her, despite the many millions of dollars that have been poured into her campaign in the last week. We still lead by leaps and bounds. So to all of the Trump supporters out there, the patriots, and any American who loves this country, please note that this win is not going to happen easy. Just because we still carry a tremendous advantage, it's going to be a very tight race. It's going to take every single one of us to show up at the polls on November 5th. So between now and November 5th, it is very important to remember that Kamala Harris is going to be shoved in your face every single day. The media is going to tell you that she is winning by leaps and bounds. Social media is going to be infiltrated with her supporters, and with her, the algorithm is going to be flowing in her favor every single day. But don't be discouraged. As a reminder, in 2020, Joe Biden had a 7-point lead over President Trump according to the polls in July of 2020. Much love, God bless, stay focused, let's win this.